Welcome to Music and Medicine. Welcome to Music and Medicine.
Welcome to Music and Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis.
Welcome to Music and Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis. I'm really delighted to have a Broadway legend with us, Mr. Charles Douglas, who's in the original production, the Broadway production of The Wiz. Continued to perform on stage and screen for years, and now has a special project he's going to talk to us about. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Yeah, I'm so happy
Thank
to
you
have
so much here. One correction.
Sure.
I was in 1979 Wiz Company.
Okay.
And I toured all over the world after that, okay?
Right.
So,
but that was the one that, okay, so I
Broadway.
know there was a 75 production.
Yes, I joined in 1979.
79, okay.
And I toured
gotcha.
all over the country as the Wiz and the Wiz.
Right. So talk to us about, because I don't think so many people appreciate it. I feel like it's really never gotten its just desserts. Just becoming and being part of that production and just what it meant to really essentially remake it.
I saw the play 25 times before I did it.
Right.
I was living in New York City near the Broadway Theater, right?
Yeah.
And so I saw it 2 times, I paid for it.
Sure.
But the next 23 times, I did what we call second act of the show.
Sure.
You know what that is?
Come in during intermission.
Right. I did it
I'm
over and over and over and over again.
Exactly.
After the usher got to know me, let me come into it. I saw it free, you know, so I really enjoyed the show before I did that. I just loved it so much, you know.
Sure. And what was it about it that really drew you?
Well, a rich story. Going home, young lady, you know, wanting home and her fantasy. Of course, you know we have fantasies all our life. So I've been fantasized. So, and to dream, and then all of a sudden to go to the land of Oz, and she in the final analysis, there's like a motto to a story, you know. She goes no place like home, okay. And then the fantasy seeing the scarecrow, the Tin Man, the whole city of Oz, you know, and then seeing me, I was the wizard.
Right.
But just being part of Emerald City is beautiful. The fantasy of it all is wonderful. So, and then to take that project, make it an African American project, it's so much richer. It hits so many different symbols, so different realities in your life, you know. So many different pitiable points in my life. Just say, oh my God, yes, I can relate to that, you know. So, just a beautiful show to relate to, you know.
So walk us up to that pathway in that moment when you got to perform in terms of your background and sort of how you got ready for something like that. Because a lot of people don't realize how much work it takes to get on Broadway.
Oh yes. The thing is, I've been an actor since I was 14 years old. And what happened was, I'm from the streets of Philadelphia. And so a young lady came from Britain. She came from Britain. She was there to teach our family. I have 6 brothers and 3 sisters. So the boys were all in her acting class, in the church. And so I was doing gardening outside my house, and then they said they're going to this place, you know, to study acting with this lady who's giving some candy. And in the rehearsal, like, oh, the candy, I'll go for that, you know, so fine. So that's so. What happened once I checked it out, I said, oh, I like that. And you know, she liked me, I liked her, and at the Recreation Center in Philadelphia, I took to acting like a duck to water. I loved it.
What drew you in?
Which city? Philadelphia?
No, what drew you into acting?
Oh, well, I guess being the fool that I am. You know what I mean? And when I did she gave me all the lead roles, you know, and I just found myself so enjoying being the star of the show. You know? Richard Blount and the Dragon, you know, and so then I decided to take acting classes. And so I auditioned for acting classes and got scholarship to classes in Philadelphia and New York City, scholarship classes there. So, and it became so easy to me because I was just naturally a lead actor. You know, it's just because it was something I just love doing. I love being part of the theater and the lights and people and all the stars and things like that. You know, so it's just naturally in my blood, my DNA as an actor. You know. Yes.
Talk to us about sort of auditioning for that role and why that was so important to you.
I was auditioning for this one show, and it's at the pinnacle of my career. It was in a dark room, and you audition for the stage manager. You say these lines. You're back with stage one. So I did 2 times, then 3 times the stage manager. So I had a call back, and he would say to me, you know, like, you read the line. Your line is coming to the parlor. It says "Spider to fly," you know. And he would say the spider said this, and back and forth we talking. So, well, the 4th callback. I mean, there were a lot of actors for this part. A lot of people there. I was in this dark room auditioning for the show, right? To the stage manager,
Yeah.
And then it's dark, I can't see him anymore, right? I'm waiting for him to say, come to my parlor, so the spider to fly.
Right.
The stage man, right?
Sure.
I heard this. Come to my parlor, to the spider to fly. It was Lena Horne. And I booked the show. I got the spider's a nervous character, right?
Sure.
When I heard her voice, what did I do?
Right.
Got nervous.
Sure. Right.
Perfect fly.
Sure. Right. Sure.
And got the part.
Right.
Toured London, was with her, and we loved each other so much, Lena Horne and myself, because my mother was born June 30th, and so was Lena Horne.
Oh wow. Okay.
They met each other like sisters,
Yeah.
country girls together,
Right.
So that was one of the most exciting auditions and exciting parts I did in my life with that woman, Yes.
Yeah. What was it like to work with her and be in her presence?
She was always very nice.
Sure.
She's one person off stage,
Right.
another person on stage. She's a plain old sister
Right.
off stage.
Right.
Child, Charlie. See what I'm saying? Boy,
Better.
what happened was I had a little weight problem at that time, I was in good shape.
Right.
And so her assistant said to me, Charles, you have to lose some weight. Miss Horne, you lose the weight. I'm okay, fine. By the time I got to London, Miss Horne said to her assistant, how's the boy doing? She's doing fine, Miss Horne. He lost some weight. She said, good. How many pounds did he lose? She said, he lost 15 pounds. Tell me better lose 20. Of course I did, but it was so much fun, So enjoyable.
Sure.
Just a wonderful person. She gives us gifts opening night, things like that, and just joy. It's just such joy in on.
Sure. What are some of the productions that you did with her?
Me? My first show was called Over Here,
Okay.
starring the Andrews Sisters.
Yes.
John
Isn't
Travolta
she-
was in that show.
Okay.
Treat Williams was in that show. I can't remember everybody was in the show. A lot of stars at that time.
Right.
They'd come from this 1976. They'd come from the show called I can't remember the show they were doing there. But anyway, they went that show to this show, and it was the same company, same producer produced the show. It was a huge show too, so they got our show.
And this is in Julie Andrews.
Huh?
When you're saying the Andrews sisters, you're talking about is
Yeah,
Julie
the Andrews Sisters
family.
in this. Over
Right.
here, the Andrews Sisters,
Sure.
right?
Right.
It was called Grease. The show the boys
Right.
were doing with Grease, and that show was losing on Broadway. It was about to close down.
Sure.
Same time we opened, and so all the cast from Grease came over here.
Sure. Right.
John Travolta, all those guys. So we got to meet all the Grease kids, and I was an understudy there to Sam Wright. I eventually, in 4 days, I took over the role. Took a role, the major role with the Andrews Sisters on Broadway. It was my first Broadway show in 1973, 76-ish, no.
Right.
Yep.
Sure.
I loved it, yes, for sure.
What are some of the other productions you've enjoyed?
I did Ain't Misbehaving.
Yes. And
I
was
did
that
that.
with Nell?
Huh?
Was that with Miss Carter?
No, that was not with Nell Carter. It was a
Okay.
touring company. Ain't
Sure.
Misbehaving. Of course,
Okay.
I was a snake there. What's that one? Ain't Misbehaving. I've done let me see, a drama on Broadway called The Poison Tree,
Okay.
starring Moses Gunn, Cleavon Little, Dick Anthony Williams, and Northern Calories. I was an understudy to in that part right there, I've also toured all over the country, like I said, with the Wiz everywhere with that particular show. And I did a show called Lily on Broadway as well, with a very good friend of mine named Joy Blackett.
Sure.
Yes, so, yes.
And then how'd you come to settle here in California?
I came over here with a show with, what show was I doing when I came here? Lauren Bacall and Sweet Bird of the Youth. Auditioned for the show in New York City.
Right.
They said they're going to tour all over the country and then go back to Broadway. And the first stop was L.A.
Right.
So I went to the Amundsen Theater and did a Sweet Bird of the Youth with Lauren Bacall. And she was another plain girl too.
Yeah.
She's a girl from Brooklyn. Betty, her name is
Right.
Betty from Brooklyn. Okay,
Sure.
so somehow I just get to know these actors. We have very infectious relationships.
Right,
We can hang tight.
Right, like your
Just
sister.
such a nice, honest time we share. So
Yes.
all the barriers broken down. In that particular show, I played her porter. Her boy, whatever you call it, same thing. Sweet Bird of Youth in the 50s. So she and I became so close. She went to all my parties.
Right.
She hung out tough with me. It was just wonderful. So that brought me into Amundsen Theater.
Sure.
And that was in what, it was 83, 84, something like that. And I've stayed here since then.
Yeah, fell in love with it. What other things have you pursued or that you enjoy, even besides just doing the Broadway productions?
Well, I love producing shows, and I love working with kids. So what I've done since I've been here, I've noticed the kids here were really involved in any serious culturally building, self-esteem building things here that I could see as I had in Philadelphia. So I began a company here in LA to get the young people out of trouble and get them into theater. So my target's age 14, 25.
Sure.
We teach them acting, singing, dancing, and funky-fied Shakespeare.
Exactly. I like that.
Midsummer Night's Dream, As They Like It, the clown musical, and Much Ado About Voodoo. Okay, and you work with that.
Spins, right.
But they learn self-esteem. They have 12 weeks of being in the summertime.
Right.
They learn acting. They learn backstage work.
Right.
We do 4 weeks of just everything.
Sure.
Then we break into 4 more weeks. They break out. Backstage actors, backstage technical staff, and on-stage actors.
Right.
So we usually have about 12 to 15 kids. They break up half and half. Some work backstage, some on stage, just like in a college curriculum.
Right.
By the time the 10 weeks is over, they do a show, culmination show. I've toured for free.
Right.
The libraries, senior citizens' homes,
Right.
and hospices, things like that. So
Sure.
we give the show, we're doing it for 25 years. We're still doing it right now. We just stopped during the pandemic. It comes again in 2024.
Right.
We'll tour our shows again with the young people.
Sure. And you've got a big extravaganza coming up as well.
Oh, yes. That's the fundraiser for the summer program.
Right.
The kids work the 10 to 12 in the summertime,
Yes.
and we pay teachers, professional teachers, to teach them. So it's very, very, very important that we have funding.
Right.
We have fiscally sound activities so we can pay these people who teach these kids, you know? And so at least twice a year, it's coming up, matter of fact, the fundraiser is coming up, I think on Sunday,
Right.
on the 1st of October. It's sort of a masquerade ball we're doing, you know, masking the whole 10 yards because the seasonal Halloween type of season feeling, you know, and so it's going to be on Sunday, 4 p.m. at the Wilfendale,
Yes.
okay, near Adams. And that's the money we use for the summer job program to
Right.
pay the teachers and also the actors. The young actors, the young people, they get paid also, but through the Archdiocese.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, they get at least minimum wage
Sure.
for 12 weeks activity, and they get paid. And they're very excited. Not only do they learn things, do theater, but they also get paid to learn. They learn to earn,
Right.
and you'd be surprised. The horizons, taking them to the beach,
Sure.
on tour,
Right.
other theaters, places they've never been. You'd be surprised to see what the magic in their eyes, and they come alive on stage. You'd be surprised. The most shy person can do puck. You
Right.
know?
Right. Wow. I can believe it.
It's very exciting to me too because I feel like I'm redeemed. I'm giving back to the community. Me being from the streets of Philadelphia, the same thing.
Sure.
These kids from the streets of South LA and whatnot
Right.
coming into our world of theater
Right.
and open their eyes like I had my eyes open, you know?
Right.
Yeah, things like
Absolutely.
that. I just loved it. I loved it.
Right. Talking about transformations, you
Transform-
had
a good word. Transformation. Yes,
There you
exactly.
go.
I like that.
You'd had a.
You are a
stroke.
doctor, that's right. You're the doctor,
Yeah,
right? That's right. I'm just a peasant.
Some
You're
people
the
say
doctor,
that, but it is
that's
true.
okay, yeah.
It
I
is
got you
true.
laugh. Look at that. I got you smile a little bit. Ain't that
It's
something?
important. It's important.
That's the
Laughter is
one.
the best medicine.
That's
right?
beautiful. Yes, I like that. I
Transition
like the whole
music.
idea of that, for sure.
You had come through a stroke. Talk to us about sort of
Oh.
your recovery and your rehab and how you pulled that off.
I was about 14 years, maybe 40, 50 years ago. I was working at a church, and I understand the church was rather dirty. The church, and I would sleep on the floor and the carpet there, and I didn't realize it was something in the carpet that affected my spine. Had no idea that, and so what happened was, I was auditioning for a show at the same time. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, and,
Yes.
and, you know, beautiful show.
Sure.
I got sick and could not go to the final callback.
Right.
So much so that my friend took me to the hospital. They realized I was so sick, I was not going to make it. They didn't know what was wrong with me. They gave me a worst thing in the whole wide world. Hey, don't get scared, people. A spinal tap. Oh, God. Oh, my.
Very.
Oh, my.
Yes.
They tried to hold me. I was moving like, oh, oh,
Right.
oh, I don't know. They put security guards in to hold my ass down. And then I heard, I screamed. Oh, God.
Yes,
Because they had to see what was wrong with me.
Of course. Right.
And that's when they found out I had spinal meningitis. Bacterial meningitis.
rare.
That's very, 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 very bad. It was so bad, they said I was only going to live for 2 weeks, maybe. And what happened was they tried to help me as much as they could, so I fell into a coma. You know, somehow, thank God,
Right.
2 weeks in a coma, I came out of it. But when I was there, I saw my mother. I saw something like, I was like sleeping. It looked like it was my mother. I thought I was dreaming or something like that.
Right.
But in my coma, all I could hear was my audition for Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. I was in the
The one
show.
that you had missed.
I was dancing in a coma. Then I heard something else. So it was crazy. It was great. Bells in my head ringing.
Out of body experience.
All kind of stuff. It was wonderful, but still, looking back on it, it was so depressing and debilitating. Because when I got out of this coma,
Right.
I couldn't sing, could hardly talk, say stuff. What do you call the thing through it?
Right.
What do you call it?
Right. The ET.
No, the
scope.
thing to keep you breathing.
Well, they put in a trach.
The trach.
Right.
It cut my vocal cords. And you talk about having a meningitis, having all that nonsense. It was not as worse as losing my voice.
Right. Because that's your.
I felt horrible, man. I was so depressed for a long time. I couldn't sing. I was looking in the mirror trying to vocalize and sing. Couldn't sing worth a lick, you know?
Right.
So I just prayed and prayed and said, Lord, please help me. I just at least want to sing. So I had to learn how to sing differently rather than just a bass, a solid tenor.
Right.
Even a high tenor, I became an alto.
Right.
So I sing beyond the tenor lines now. So, but I just thank God I got out of that coma. Thank God to just being spiritually centered and loving my mother right there next to me, you know?
Right. What lessons and what takeaways do you feel that gave you in terms of maybe even a new lease on life?
Although I had my spirituality before then, you don't know until you get to end how you really need it,
Then
you
you
know?
really test it.
And the thing is, you know, you see the thing, they said there was something, you see the guy walking down the street, down the snow with two footprints, right, something like that.
Right.
Then all of a sudden there was 4 footprints, right?
Right.
He said, what happened? I was only 2 people there.
Right.
He said, well, you at your lowest, God picked you up
Right.
and walked the rest of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was at my lowest,
Right.
I was so moved I didn't realize it. And then anything I was thinking about was gone. I was alive.
Right.
And I was spiritually filled. Okay. I guess that's what saved me from my coma. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They didn't think I would make it. They didn't say I was gonna make it. Seriously.
Right. No. Oh yeah. No. I mean, it's
No.
wonderful. Not
Here I'm
only do we
acting a
have
guilty
you,
fool.
but that
Can you believe that? Look
are
at this.
able to, emote it so well, and you project excellently. So one would never know.
Listen, I say God bless me, okay? He still blessed me this very hour. I preach. That's why I have to preach. I have to speak to his name every time. Everything I do is very spiritually based. My producer said to me, Charles, why don't you do gospel all the time? I do gospel over and over again in my spiritual shows, in my Christmas shows. I said, because I'm thanking him.
Yes. Love it. I love it. What-
The
yeah.
power,
Yeah. Music.
I'm giving my praise to the powers that be for my very 2 cents worth of body being here on earth.
Right.
Being able to say something, for you to say, you look okay?
Sure.
That's why.
Right.
That's why.
Absolutely. Tell us about your organization and where people can find it.
Oh yeah, P.A.L.E.F, Performing Arts for Life and Education Foundation. P like Paul, A apple, L lemur, E elephant, F Frank. P.A.L.E.F21 at gmail.com or www.paylef.org. And the landing page has our event we're doing right now, the Mass Ball.
Yes.
That's going to be Sunday, October the 1st from 4 p.m. at the Wilfendale.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, such a life well lived.
And some major stars going to be at that show too. Eloise Laws.
Oh wow. Yes.
Oh yes. Chester Wisdom Band. And there's a surprise person coming. I'm not sure who it is.
Sure.
And we're giving an award to, don't tell her, but I say who it is. Special award's going to somebody, and Marley Gibb is presented to her.
Sure. Oh nice.
It's called the Mamie Award.
Oh nice.
Mamie is my mother's name. M-A-M-I-E. She motivated 9 kids and made us who we are.
Right.
Motivate and make it easier.
Oh, I like
It's the
that.
second year for the Mamie Award. I'm giving her a tribute to my beautiful mother, Mamie Lee.
That's nice.
You know?
So nice.
So that's what I'm doing.
Marla Gibbs, she's a legend. Absolutely.
And the money is collected for the kids with some program to help self-esteem building those young kids as well, you know?
Yeah. What a wonderful story.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Thank you,
Your
Doctor.
enthusiasm comes across. I mean, 20 years plus 25 of giving to the youth. and things like that.
That's right.
That's
We're going to our
amazing.
30th year.
Right. That's
March 21st is our 30th year. Since 1994, we began doing P.A.L.E.F Performing Arts for Life
Right.
Education Foundation. You know,
Wow. It's
been
amazing.
very joyous, very joyous, very enjoyable. You know.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you sharing your short story with us, your life, telling us about all that you've been up to and things like that. Some of the legends you've worked with, Lauren
Wow.
Bacall, Lena Horne. I mean, these names are
Stephanie
legendary.
Bills, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you invited me.
No, absolutely.
You know, sure.
Absolutely. No, we'll support your organization and continue to
And we need
promote
the support.
some of the things you're
because
doing.
These kids need the support as well. You know.
Absolutely.
You'd be
yeah.
surprised at how alive they become when they see what
Sure.
they really do, their potential is realized. You know,
Sure.
we try to do that. So your support, hustle, just help us do that as well.
Absolutely. Plus, as you said, it was inspirational for you.
Yeah, for me,
People
because
pulled
my
you
life
into
is a
theater
mirror of my life.
and took you forward.
know?
So, yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks so much for giving.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks
well,
for having
thanks
me.
for giving
Okay.
back. We just
Yes.
can't get enough.
It's
of that.
my joy. God
Sure.
help me do it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Come from there to here to us. Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, dear. My pleasure for sure.
Welcome to Music and Medicine. Welcome to Music and Medicine. Welcome to Music and Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis.